Hey guys, Dan here and welcome back to another video and another reaction. And today, as our third reaction of the day, we're gonna finally be reacting to the Scratch Universe Episode 6 Part 2. This is a series that was made by Blackmas, so if you can, please try to leave a like on the original video, and I mean it. Blackmas spent 6 months making this video, so we should give him our support. Hi Blackmas, I hope that you've been doing good. Don't forget to rest a little bit now. And if you want to support this channel, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment, join the Discord, check the membership, and don't forget that for this video, we're gonna be reacting to the entire video, and then, if I am able to resist, we're gonna be doing the entire video once again, but this time I'm gonna be doing major comments on things that I saw in the video and trying to analyze every single thing that I can see. So expect this video to already be 2 hours long. My computer is gonna fry a little bit by doing this. So now, onto the video. Thank you for coming and have a good day. Warning, this video may contain rapid disclaimer, do not encourage recommended headphones and best quality. Don't have subtitles, and we are at the best maximum. Blackmas presents episode 6, Smoke and Mirror. This backbone server is actually
the whole map is a wasteland.
Quite different from what we've seen.
They didn't even have time to defend themselves. Death is such a distant concept in our lives, isn't it? Killing each other for sport? No problem. We respond. Got killed breaking the law by the VAC? No problem. We respond. But in prison, got killed by something that just ignores respawn? No one's ready for that. No one.
That is something that I mentioned on our last live stream, where we did a whole rewatch of the series up to episode 6 part 1. And that is something that I mentioned, that it must be completely crazy to live in a world where you can respawn and then be faced with actual death. Plus, I just noticed that Blackmas changed his little name here. It has a new format for letters. There's a foot there.
One barricade on each side. Middle is clear.
Foot there, Smoke.
Smoke.
Flip time.
I get you.
Ooh. Damn, Smoke, you got the moves.
Clear.
I would have definitely broken my Achilles with that.
Good work.
Access granted. Welcome, commanding officer.
Tough day. Hey, she was polite at least.
Yeah. I usually hate those little voices that come out of the machine. Try to register it somewhere. Get your.
Come on.
Catwalk. You know, Blackmas, I know that you said yourself that you love when I try to overanalyze everything, but I'm saving it for the second half of the video. So I'm really controlling myself to
cabinet there
stay attentive. Cabinet supply if needed.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Smoke has definitely used a lot of arrows so far. So I really like the design. Fucker's dead.
It's charging now. 5 minutes, give or take.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, so
What do
they
we do
are
now?
ready on the backbone?
We wait.
So, about you guys. How long have you, had those stands of yours?
I always had trash with me for as long as I can remember.
Kia?
That's classified.
What's wrong with a little ice breaking? You two are probably the only people that have something in common with me ever since I, became this.
It was not your choice.
You became what you are.
Yeah.
How so?
Nice, we're having a little background. Also, I like the
wasn't
little
born this way.
tale of they're gonna have the arrow
I've always
side.
been like the rest of the Pyros. I've been in fragging duty, scrapping duty, contracts, you name it. Ever since...
Oh yeah, and Halloween's coming by.
I don't know, like, I had that fever dream. I woke up with a massive headache. Some random day, I guess. And I just woke up like this. My body was completely changed. I wasn't feeling sick. Nothing at all. It just felt normal. As if I've always been this way. And that's the first time I saw her. I never met her in my life.
Oh,
And again, it felt like I've always known her. From that point on, things started to change for the worse. Ever since the transformation, she's always been with me.
I thought that
Even in
smoke
matches.
stands was.
Everyone started to be suspicious of me because of her. They couldn't see her, but whenever I was fighting or doing the objective, she was there. Before I even raised my gun to kill people, she had already killed them before me. In moments where I should have died, she stopped that from happening. I even had the advantage in objectives. I could capture control points and push the payload as if I were two people. She was there, helping me. In their eyes, I was cheating, since they couldn't see her. I tried to explain myself, but it was useless. I started to get banned on several servers because of that. It came to a point when I just gave up trying fragging duty altogether. I didn't know what to do. I had no control over it. All I had left was scrapping duty. They tolerate all kinds of folk, to some
Yeah.
extent. As long as you're killing robots, we don't care how you do it, I guess. Fast forward some time, like a month or two, I've learned to control switcheroo and discovered her ability.
Oh, we got a soldier with them. And they know that you're. But that's something that's a very cool backstory for Smoke because it stays
Here we
on
are.
what she
Stuck
said
in a
on the
hellhole
episode
of
that
horrors
went to a
crawling
tour.
around, and two guys that I can finally relate to.
And I really enjoyed the fact that Blackman is
Talk about
actually
destiny,
adapting
huh?
the different communities.
Quite likely. There's
Something
a
like this,
hypothesis that
to
stands
something that
themselves
would
are
be
drawn to each
seen
other,
as
either by
cheating.
destiny or because they all share the same anomalous properties, as if they were all but one entity. A symbiotic connection.
I'm gonna go with destiny.
I would go with
However,
that too.
this is a fact that was proven to be correct. When a mercenary obtains a stand, their bodies become anomalous as a reaction. Effects can range depending on the mercenary. There are no exceptions to this rule. It's likely you became what you are because of your stand.
Okay, so we're like superheroes?
I would definitely go with that and now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The power's back on, but communications are still down. Let's move.
Thank you for sharing your story, Smoke.
Yeah. Are you still banned?
It's been a while since I last checked. I've been in tours of duty all the time now.
Come on. We got one last place to go.
American Myth. Ooh. Okay, the rock was the best one.
Nice.
And you can scream that.
Missed a spot.
Nice one,
It
Crush.
was good effort.
Oh, I think that this is the new AI that... Because during the production of the... I've been
What the hell? Are
on that one.
those spies? Are they worshipping the satellite dish?
No, they're jamming all communications.
That makes more sense.
This is why no one found out about the derelict. They made sure nothing would get in or out of here.
Terrific. I guess we have to kill them all?
Yes,
Yep.
What's the plan then, Chief?
Okay.
Wimmers by themselves are completely harmless. They function like living jammers. They don't react to their environment. They're puppets controlled by those glowing saplings. If we dispatch all of them, communications should be safe for reboot.
It cannot be this easy.
There is.
Fair point. Smoke, you and I have stands with range, so we should be able to scout ahead with them. You know how to do it.
Yeah, I think so. Just gotta put my mind through Switch's eyes, right?
More or less. Just remember, the further the stands are from us, the weaker they'll be. So don't risk attacking
That's why
someone.
Crush is so strong in combat,
You know
because
the
he doesn't
drill.
go to most of the... No, this puts some perspective into how many people must have felt. And really, how many spies died here? I know that we've seen a lot of pyros, but this amount of spies, there are at least 20 spies jamming communications. So what, 60 mercenaries? 70 maybe died here? Oh. Another one.
I found a sniper hiding over there with one of those vials. He's aiming and waiting for a target, while the doctor is waiting for a rush. It's definitely an ambush.
Likewise over there. We need to go in there and check on the satellite status once we're done with the Wimmers.
This is something I enjoy about the series. There are so many anime and other series. They just let the character get more stupid and not use their abilities to. Because this ability right now is very OP. But them being able to use them to scout ahead an important checkpoint that they need to dominate.
We can't let them
This is
destroy
just
the
actually the
satellite as a
characters using
last-ditch
their
effort.
abilities to the maximum as they can to
I got an
survive.
idea, but I'm gonna need your help to speed this up.
Hey, what's your idea?
They've set up an elaborate trap for us.
I know. They have tried and failed.
They
That's
sure
one.
have.
9 every 10 snipers recommend Colgate. Nice one. Gonna attract a few of them. Oh, I was expecting him to say in a
That was a
distorted
close call.
way,
Great work,
bloody
Snow.
hell.
You're welcome.
Once again, the teamwork, the takedown, perfectly executed.
Satellite's in good condition. Let's take those Wimmers down.
Do we just kill them off one by one?
Let's not waste any time. American myth.
Okay, now you're just showing off Kia. Jesus, that is so OP. And very cinematic.
That's a cool party trick.
Yeah?
Best distorted kill of the week.
No more static on the radio.
Excellent.
Did you guys do that?
First step is done. Now on to the second.
Okay, so they got the power back, they got communication, so what's... Oh, is the back infected? You think that Kia has regenerative powers?
I figured you three were trouble the moment you stepped in my server. Especially you in particular.
This server's not yours. Nothing belongs to you.
I'm sure you already know what you're doing here is futile. The train will be leaving soon enough. By the time you take back one server, we control 3 more. Even if we cannot stop you, we will delay you from spreading. That is our plan. A noble effort, son. However, it is a shame to see such capable fighters and their potential squandered. You're misguided and fighting for a lie. But do not worry. We will open your eyes.
Over my dead body.
Just imagine how long these three have been infected.
Is what they all said.
Oh, here we're getting some of the juicy action Blackman's promised us. There's the minigun.
Remember, these things are intelligent. Outsmart them and overcome them.
I got an idea. I can take care of that turret. Can I buy your sandwich, big guy?
Okay. Here.
Don't worry about it. Get away charged soon enough.
I like the custom weapons that they're using. Well, there's those one. Oh, and they are actually dead resistant to damage. Oh, did you? I think she switched the properties of the. She had switched the properties of the gun with the sandwich. Nicely
Thank you for
done.
the hailing. I didn't think you had it in you.
And then he switched the dispenser with the rocket. Nice. Once again, just using their properties and abilities to the maximum just makes these scenes so worth it paying attention to. Oh, he's gonna make him. Is the engineer gonna become a stronger version of himself? Oh, I'm very scared about seeing those little robots around during the fight. I don't want anyone to get infected.
You depend too much on your astral body.
Get him, Kia.
Keep up with me. You are no mere stand user, soldier. You are hiding secrets.
Oh.
A strong healing factor.
Nice. What?
You're not going anywhere, buddy.
Did,
Your head is as heavy as a boulder now.
that's what I thought just happened. Nice. Yeah. Go with the combo. Nice one, Crush. And there it goes. I agree, good. The engineer's gonna lose. I really hope we get to see a super infected engineer. Oh, there he is. This thing ain't on autopilot, son. And interesting that the light is blue, even though they are on red. And for the shield. You got him, big guy. I don't know, I'm getting a little bit too scared. Don't you dare, Black Miss. There.
Oh, shit.
There. Don't you dare. Motherfucker, Blacklist! Ah! Sorry, Blackness, but I have cursed your name very strongly under my breath. I remember I saw your community post with the guy with the distorted face, and I told all the way through the live stream, if you touch a single hairline of a guy's file, we have a problem now. We have a problem now. How could you do this? Could you? How could you touch a guy like that? Come on. Fuck. That was my favorite. I hope you can get out of this one. Even more, there was once that I asked him, I think on episode 5 or 4, what happens if a stand user becomes infected, and Blackman simply responded, you don't want to know. It's the tip. Fuck yes! Fuck yeah! I also remember I saw on Blackman's community post heavy with the yellow eye. That's better, Blackness. That's better.
Did he break the shield? Smoke! He broke the shield! Shoot the walker! It's vulnerable! American men, get out here!
Not strong enough. Yes! Really, right now I just imagine myself like Mark Ruffalo on Avengers Infinity War when Thor shows up and he's like, "Ha, you're all screwed now."
You okay?
Morgan. Ooh, you okay, Kia? You're bleeding a lot.
Crap.
Cunning little bastard.
Ugh.
That's some bullshit.
I just find it so disgusting when people do this to get the blood.
Heavy! You need to get it through your head that this is not a game of fun. Do you know what would happen if you got caught by that flash? You would be dead. You would never come back. No respawning. Nothing. Once those things get you, it's over. You will be nothing but a puppet. We are all one mistake away from dying. Those damn aliens will do their best to make you do a mistake. They're built for war, Heavy. For war! This is not a playground. This is a fight for survival.
Kia.
You need to wake up and realize the situation you're in. If we are to work together, you need to understand the stakes.
That's enough.
Get that through your thick-headed skull. Take this miracle as a premonition.
Enough! He made a mistake. So what? We all make mistakes. At the end of it, he kicked their sorry asses to the dirt. Just move on. You can't turn back the clock.
I want to make sure he learns from his mistakes.
I love
That's
the
it. Because if this happens again, I'll have to put a bullet in
what
his
this
head.
all means on the Kia's.
These things cannot get
I
a
will
hold of
better
stand
analyze
users.
it at the second run.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
On a
Looks
side
like they
note,
stopped.
I have a
Take
little
fire.
collection of
Relax
those
a little.
lighters.
What about the walker thing?
They're opportunists. They won't attack us head on.
Hey,
Hey, big guy.
you okay, big guy?
Exactly what I
don't know
said.
what you did, but it must have taken a toll on you.
It spoke to me.
What?
I fear no man. But when the thing said my name, I was afraid. It sounded so unnatural. As if it was mocking me. I feared for my life.
Oh, it's the
I reckon we're
janitors.
done with this side of the map now. Man, I didn't know people fought each other and made, you know, such a mess. It's, quite
The
shocking.
new AI, it's a little bit weird.
Good thing it's not Halloween yet, then, lad.
Oh, it's about Halloween
The
time.
whole
I'm gonna
map's
do live
painted
streams.
in red, from all the skeletons, headless
But
horsemen,
really, the
demons,
new
and
AI
freaks.
voice doesn't sound
I thought
too
those were all
bad.
just on TV.
It
Nonsense,
just
mate.
makes them seem
mean,
like
in a
different
normal place, in a normal
characters or
universe,
people trying to
sure.
dub them. Kinda cool.
But it's all real here. You know anything about this? Wow. Yeah. I guess having a normal life just makes you miss out on the wacky stuff.
Not if you go looking for it, lad. You could try it out, maybe.
You mean fragging duty? Nah, man, that ain't my style.
Maybe it's your style. You're quite the enigma, lad. You look the type, but aren't the type.
Tej, come on. Let's shut our mouths with some dining.
Yeah, I'm starving.
You boys haven't been in a lunch break yet, have you?
Not just yet.
Watch this, mate.
Does Molly brings food to them?
What?
Give it a second.
As soon as it's at noon,
Attention employees. The lunch hour begins.
they have 1 hour for
Please
lunch.
ensure an orderly environment before leaving the designated location. Today's lunch item is sandwich.
Ah, not bad.
You can freaking talk, Molly?
Only when doing announcements or the odd event. Much like Jumpsuit, she doesn't talk much.
To be fair, I think that the
But
jumpsuit
is she
and Neil's
sentient,
voice
though?
it's spot on.
Beats me, mate.
Great job,
Not a
Blackness.
clue.
Whoa.
Oh,
It's
it's actually
nice, ain't it?
impressive.
Don't have to worry about walking all the way to the door, through the locker room, back to the servers to find somewhere to eat.
To be fair, that is cool and very practical by
I'll say it
company
again.
standards. They
I
will not
really
go away
wish I
from
could
their
buy one
job,
of these
they'll
for
just
us.
eat to whatever they are.
Who wouldn't?
Why'd it have to be bloody sandwiches again?
What, is this all you eat here?
No, thank God. There's different menus each day. Huh. I bloody love Burger Day.
Me
Those
too.
burgers are something else.
I love
I'll
a
tell ya.
homemade burger.
Could be better, though.
And on a side
mates,
note,
what are
very
your stories?
recently I tasted
What
for the
got two
first time
blokes like
curry
yourselves
and
in a
it was
place like this?
delicious.
Well, it wasn't necessarily our choice. But the job's great, though. We both like it. Right, bud? What about you guys?
This ain't my main gig. I got 2 jobs. This one's more of a side job. My
What's your
main
main
one is
job?
fishing, but it's not exactly well seen in the law.
You, do illegal fishing?
Yes and no. To the law, sure. But to everyone else, they keep their mouths shut because we bring in the good stuff that can make some fantastic dishes. Me and a couple of other Aussies go out really far and catch some exotic stuff. Brings in the money to pay the bills.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
If we go on Australian service, of course, it's Australia. But that is where the best is.
Yeah, anything on Australia
What
can
about
kill
you,
you.
Turch?
I had to ditch me other job before I'd lose me head. This job's enough for me.
Figuratively speaking, right?
I hope so too. But I don't think they were joking. I was a construction worker doing private work for a couple of rich folk. Property owners. You know the kind. It was the same old thing. Get a call, go to the spot, learn about the terrain, plan the thing, and then we start building the house. But one day, we scored big. We were gonna be given a really pretty penny for building a bloody resort.
Nice.
It sounded like we hit the jackpot. Until we found out about the location. The Badlands.
The Badlands?
You haven't heard of it? It's probably the worst bloody place in the stinking world. It's a place ruled by anarchy, filled with the worst kinds of people. Killers, psychopaths, bandits, just complete insane lunatics. It's hell.
I do feel like
Well,
jumpsuit.
One of them. But you know, the money was great, so we built the place. Some weeks go by, and I knew my gut was right. Something wasn't right. It felt like we were being watched, even though the place was wired up with security. I just ditched the thing. I quit my job on the spot because I knew I'd be fired if someone found out about it. I had no shame in saving me skin. No way I could trust myself in that hellhole. Days later, I see through the news that the resort was blown to smithereens. Reports suspected it to be a gas leak, but I knew what it was for sure. The bandits bloody sabotaged the resort somehow. It's well known that the bandits hate the rich. They're completely insane, but they sure as hell aren't dumb. The resort was screwed.
The universe expansion that we're getting right now on this.
Your colleagues,
Well done, Black.
did they, die?
No bodies were found, but I'm sure they'd make use of them before blowing up the house. I buried the hatchet quickly, lad. It wasn't my problem. I just did my job. What about you two? Where did ye work before here?
Are they gonna say it?
We, worked on Railway United.
Railway United?
Are you bloody serious?
It all happened so suddenly. We were at the break room. I got myself a drink and sat near Jumpsuit. Some time passes and he goes somewhere else. I was still there. I was,
Slept in.
No! I was doing some work on the terminals and it just happened. The power went out, the alarms go off, and we had to evacuate. I was alone at the time. So I ran away to head to evac. And that's when I saw the bodies. I had to fight through them. Later on, I rejoined with Jumpsuit and we fought through more of them.
You fought? Against what?
Freaking monsters. Monsters that took over the people of the place.
Monsters?
They didn't mention that on the news, did they?
They talked about an outbreak, but kept it brief.
The outbreak happened because of them. They just jumped in and took over people.
The monsters?
Yeah.
Lad, the news about
I still feel bad
that
about the
bloody
pyro.
disaster. The entire company was shut down because everyone got killed, save for barely any survivors. I guess those guys were just you two.
A VAC guy who helped us said a few others were escorted back home safely.
Are any of them your shift colleagues? I'm sorry, mate. Should have kept it to myself. There's nothing you could have done, Fixer. You're not a superhero. You can't be everywhere to help everyone. You did what you could.
That would work for someone else's case. You did absolutely nothing.
You have to move on, mate.
You oversleeping idiot.
Come on. Let's put our mind off of this. We still have some time left. Let's do a stroll around.
Thing that I really enjoy about the development of Pixar on this is that on episode 3, part 1 and 2, the adrenaline was all over the place. So he still acted the majority of the time
Now
still
that I
like a
know we
normal
won't be
scout, but
bothered,
now
I can tell you
that
the
thing
plan.
haunts him.
We're going to the server communications center so I can send a distress signal to the VAC and make sure our tracks are erased. They'll recover the server and wipe out stragglers. Understood?
Understood.
All right, break's over. Let's get back to work.
Are you seriously eating that with this tension here?
Better immune system for me. Yes?
Sheesh.
Also, I like the parallel
It's your
that
turn
Kia
to-
said the lunch break's over. Just after we got a scene where they were literally on.
Smoke. Why do you use sniper weapon?
Good
You
question.
mentioned it was who you want it to be. What do you mean with that?
It's complicated. I don't like Pyro's whole shtick. It's just not my style. It doesn't help that I see a lot of brainless Pyros just running around with their primaries out, getting themselves killed, and then wondering why we lost.
That's me.
What's your approach?
I used to be more of a flanking, flare gun using puff and sting kind of Pyro. I also used Air Blast. Anything that doesn't involve just spraying flames like some brainless dragon.
That's me.
Fair point.
You are not the only one, Smoke. I do not use my primary weapon outside of fragging duty. Combined with Crush, it makes it too easy for me to win. I am not fan of it. I am more of a brawler. Always prefer it over bullets.
Is that why you don't carry the belt around you?
In a way, yes.
And also why you're called Heavy Guy Without Weapons?
Haha. Indeed.
We need to move.
One theory that just popped over my head is if the stand that they inherit kinda infects their whole personality and themselves.
Please don't tell me that's... Oh, shit.
Who's that?
I completely forgot about... Crap. I'm very sorry. Just let me take this, please. Sorry. Hello?
Boss?
Smoke, where are you?
There's been a problem.
What? What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just in an awkward situation here.
Smoke, what happened?
There's been a problem with the train I took.
Smoke, I know that tone too well. Did you get in trouble again?
No, Cindy. There's just been a problem with the train route I took.
Smoke has a girlfriend.
I just took the train I do all the time, you know? Route 31, close enough from my home. I took it, came to a stop on some checkpoint or whatever. Security showed up and told us to step out. And then we...
Smoke, I know you're pissed. I can pretty much feel the heat coming out of the phone, you know? I'm sure you have a good reason to be
I like the
upset.
loadouts.
Let's slow it down a little, okay?
I just feel like today's been a shitty day for me. Crap luck all around.
You've been through worse.
True.
Did a fight break out?
The server had a power malfunction. I'm stuck in this checkpoint until they can fix it.
That's bad.
Yes it is.
So, guess you're not gonna make it here today then?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Crap.
Cindy, you're saying that as if you've never carried matches before? That's a normal Tuesday.
You should have slept in my place.
Next time. I promise.
Next time.
I don't know, the way that Smoke
I believe in you.
talks with Cindy, it really reminds me a lot of
I love you too.
oh, I totally forgot the name of the character from Blackman's Slice of Life series. From the White Fox. I totally forgot her name. Sorry, Blackman.
You ready to fight, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's get this party started.
Let's kick some shiny metal ass!
I'm ready.
Oh, I see the
Let's see
reference
some
there.
sparks flying.
The first wave of robots is upon us.
Damn, the little moment that Smoke time to reflect about. He has a reason.
What?
Needs to get home.
Friend of yours?
More or less. Her name's Cinder. She's my girlfriend.
I knew it!
I was meant to go on a tour of duty with her today. I met her a long time ago before I changed into this.
You two are still happy, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. She actually switched sides faster than an auto balance.
Damn. I gotta remember that pun.
Let's just move on and let's just get the hell out of this shithole, please.
Things are regrouping. He almost got it. I think they have a special one in there. Also, Blackman, is this whole situation like a reference to Left 4 Dead 1 when they had a tank inside of a train wagon? And they need to open it and defeat it so they can move on. It's on. Another giant heavy. Oh, it's a giant pyro! A tank pyro. I can see the same model being used on it. Nice. And this was one. This one was a pyro from back. Like he's gotta be strong. If anyone gets hit with that, that's gonna hurt. That thing again. Oh, that could have been you, guy. Right to the school.
Shit. You right, dude?
Damn it, man! Move!
I hate when the special infected use masks. It's such an annoyance to get headshots.
Found your weakness.
The head. Always the head. I really like that guy basically got an upgrade on this episode because compared to Smoke and Switcheroo and Kia and the American Myth, Crush was in a very big power and balance. He was very much weaker than them in most aspects. But now he just became a monster and I love it. Another one?
Holy shit, dude.
That monster was powerful. I don't know if I would ever recover from one of its punches.
That was a bruiser. A hulking, adrenaline-fueled mass of destruction. You already know the rest. If we don't burn the body, it will come back from the dead. You can do the honors.
Okay.
Okay, that's a very cool touch. No pun intended.
It was a great opponent. I grow stronger. Body and soul.
Literally took its soul.
My girl and lay down in bed.
Now that's gonna be me, Black Mass, after spending 2 hours on this due to my addiction to your series to just break down everything and watch this entire thing. After this, I'm just gonna take a very long nap while the video edits. And the sniper needs a bath. You remember when I said that 9 every 10 snipers recommend Colgate? So this is the 1 out of the 10 that doesn't.
I noticed that after the VAC and the big dude.
Their numbers are dwindling. Even so, eyes and ears open.
Careful. Oh, come on, no! Hey, Switcheroo took it personally. How?
That fucker survived the explosion of the satellite. Crap, this hurts.
We can get you back to the resupply camp.
I'm fine.
Oh.
I managed to switch the arrow's damage with healing. Can't use this now.
Smoke, you need to be more careful.
What did I just say? What did I just say about being cautious?
I know, man. I know. Get off my back. Lesson learned.
To be fair, Vogue did everything that was in her power to not die. You should actually give her a good job. But wasn't like Guy the one that should watch their back? I don't know. And they were ambushed. None of you saw what happened.
Status.
Nothing.
Excellent. We've exhausted their numbers.
Damn, too many close calls today, Black Mist. And let's keep it at that. No killing any characters, especially the ones I like.
Distress signal has been sent.
Nice.
Lady and gentlemen, it's done. We can finally leave.
Yeah!
Hell yeah! It's about time!
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Come on. Heavy 2. Heavy 2.
Now, we
Come
have
on.
to clear the check.
Give Heavy a high five too.
Not a problem.
Don't leave him hanging.
I'm
No!
looking forward to give that engineer a piece of my mind.
So now they're killing the ones outside. Oh, and the train already left to batch of effect.
Guess I underestimated you.
The backbone's secured now.
Good.
It's the scout that was infected last episode.
The passengers are gone. We're too late.
Poor guys.
Kia, are you sure they're gone forever?
Once they're distorted, it's over for them.
Yeah, it can be kind of hard
There's
to
no
see
cure,
someone
no
that you
tricks,
saw before
no
the
respawning,
distortion.
no design flaws.
There has to be a way. It can't just be like that.
Smoke. I wish I was lying to you. It's normal to be afraid. It's just like you said, death is a distant concept in our lives. Until it hits you.
At least
You
get
don't
some
want this to
respect.
happen to your loved ones, right? You want to live a happy life with Cinder. You want to protect her. This is how Heavy Guy and I protect all of you. Us stand users have an advantage. We can be the ace in the hole and turn the tide in our favor. I have a plan to stop this, but I need capable people like you. However, the choice is in your hands. If we get out of here alive, you can leave freely. We won't stop you. Think it over.
I like the evolution
The
of
growth
Kia
you
on this.
felt after killing the Bruiser. The fear you felt when you heard your name. The luck you had when you escaped death. Learn those feelings and use them.
I understand the stakes now.
Here is now. Everyone
You're learning the
grew
consequences
with this
of our
episode. I
endeavors.
really enjoyed this.
There will always be casualties in the art of war.
I get the ref.
All miracles require sacrifice.
I will make sure they were not in vain.
Where's that engineer? Great punch. Virus need to do a lot more. Come on.
That thing in the eye and it's still standing.
Let it rain. Or that.
Out of all the eldritch horrors we've seen today, that one's definitely on top of my list.
Yeah, it's hard
Not
to.
on mine, though. Those pyros are very strong. Be careful around them smoke.
Noted. But man, that thing is seriously fucked up.
Hmm?
I don't think I'm gonna forget that face anytime soon.
We'll see that the pirates can either be some of the weakest ones or some of the strongest.
For sure.
Is that supposed to help?
Yes.
How comforting.
Yes. Ooh, who did this? Did the reinforcements arrive?
You're too late,
Don't even give him a chance to speak. Nice.
Better late than ever. Goldilocks. Man, that felt good.
What, they're looking where the train went from place? Train key? The snipers.
Fellas, if we don't make it out of this alive, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to fight alongside you.
Likewise.
We will make it.
This is such
Yourself,
a vintage phrase to
It does
say.
not matter if you are pyro
I think
or
I always do the same
What
phrase
matters
when I'm
is
about
that
to die
you
in any
breathe,
multiplayer game
smoke.
when I'm playing with random people.
Nicely put, big man.
That's true, pal. You're absolutely right about that. Times have changed. It's time to adapt.
Where's that phrase from? Times have changed, it's time to adapt. Did they? Oh, they said more. And they said a big guy. What is this time? Jesus.
Kia?
Bulwark.
Bulwark.
Extremely resistant to damage, slow movement, and a very strong healing factor. Weak against fire like all the rest.
So I guess it's like an immovable object then. Okay, I got a terrible idea. Heavy, I'm gonna need you to trust me on this one, big guy. If you cannot kill that thing with Crush, we have to risk giving it a try. I don't know how long Switcheroo can keep it up, but we only have one shot at this. Do you trust me?
Da, I trust you.
Damn, the new voice for Kia actually sounds very nice. Really, I know that it can be very different from the 15 AI voice from the Heavy, but Jesus, that voice did not feel weird one bit for me.
Come to Heavy.
Come to Heavy. Are they gonna use it, the power of a train? What are you gonna do? Damn, there's just so many heavy bodies into that. But the Angie, sniper. Oh. So vital points are not that much of a problem for Kia. Okay, makes sense.
The thrill of a good fight. Such words were embedded into his mind for as long as he can remember. For that is what he loved most in his life.
Upgrades. It's the reflection. Beautiful. Damn.
You did good.
And that's the same weapon noise from Left 4 Dead. The automatic sniper.
When a mercenary is born, at least once in their life, they'll dream of becoming the strongest men alive. Some disregard this, others give up, and some live by these.
Oh, this is the same stand from Baki. The same one that the protagonist uses. This is Baki's stand, right? The like this. Oh, Blackman, you're just a weeb like me.
It's not enough.
More. Again.
Wasn't that enough to make it blind?
These things don't work that way.
Why not?
Hell if I know. At least they can't spit at us.
Heavy. It's now or never.
Damn thing is regenerating again.
Go out there, get close to it, and then raise Crush's hand. I'm sorry in advance if this hurts you.
Oh, it's gonna shoot at his hand so he can do a direct hit to a weak spot. Right? The build-up music is amazing. Just like a ragdoll.
That's enough.
Come on, give your all.
I am ready.
Oh, it's gonna put the fire into the Heavy's fist. It is gonna be a combo. Yes, 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 yes.
It's not going to last a full minute. Whatever you do, do it quick.
This is so fucking epic. One last big punch, come on. One last big one.
On my first week in this world,
I'm ready to give a
close
punch
me
too,
said
Heavy.
Something I would never forget. You can learn, you can train, you can make the
On
effort
Heavy.
until you drop. However, know this.
My headset almost went with the punch.
Someone who works hard can never beat someone who enjoys himself. This is what I live for.
You did it! Come on, do the proletariat showdown. Come on.
I feel like we're done with them.
Yes, I am no longer feeling the tension in the air. We are safe now.
Well, what do we do? The train just pissed off. There's no teleporter, travel points.
Wait or you walk.
We're stuck here now.
I took these from the outpost. We can leave this place by car. However, it'll take a while to reach somewhere that we can drop you by.
Yeah, about that.
Yes, it-
I thought about what you told me.
And the guy already
You
knows
see,
it.
I was waiting for the right time to ask this. My life got quite unfulfilling after a while. After the ban, all I could do was scrapping duty, which is great, mind you, but it got stale after a while. I'll always be grateful that I met the love of my life in there, along with some interesting friends of hers.
Yeesh,
But I digress.
imagine.
When I saw you two had the same thing as I do, it felt like a calling, like something was just telling me, this is it. This is what you wanted. I felt so lonely. I'm sure you guys felt this way too before you met each other, right?
Hopeless romantic all the time.
I'd also bet that you two know a lot more about stands. I want to know more about Switch, learn more along the way, grow and improve myself.
You still have not told us what you wanted to ask, Smoke.
Oh, right.
The voice a little bit
Way
goofy,
off
but
track here.
it does the work. On.
Can I join you? Ever since this whole mess began, I felt like I was finally seeing who I truly am. After all this time, it's like a wave of feelings just washed over me. I started to be myself. It's just what you said, Evie. What matters is that you believe in Smoke. I think I just did. For the first time. So, that being said, I would love to join you. Both of us. We want to make amends to all of the unfortunate victims of Switch's wrath by helping you. All of my life's troubles aside, this is a world worth fighting for. Whatever these things are, we want to help you get the hell out of our planet. We want to protect everyone. We want to protect Cinder.
Well, you did already prove yourself to be a formidable ally. Rookie mistakes aside, your performance was great. You'll fit right in.
I guess we nailed the interview then.
Wasn't I the one calling the shots, Kia?
Yeah, it's a team effort, kid.
Oh, the slap video.
Goddamn right.
We are proud to have you on our team.
We're honored to be
Nice.
aboard.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Welcome aboard, kid.
My pleasure.
I like the
man.
allusion to that once again. Beautiful. Beautiful.
You got this, Houston. We're rooting for you.
I'll see you soon, Ace.
Kia! Let's go!
Hopefully let it be a good car.
Yeah.
Military Jeep, not bad. Which makes sense, I don't know. I felt like it was going to be maybe a very, very nice car, like either a sports car, or it would be something like maybe a van. You know, one of those hippies vans.
Are you sure you want to be up there, Smoke?
All taken care of. Let's get the hell out of this place.
What did you do? Oh, she unstuck the car, maybe. Oh no, she actually used a magnet so she could stay stick to the car.
Nothing. Let's go.
Very nice!
Bravo. Send rep at dispatch's location.
Copy.
This is a train with the infected. Oh, nice detail that Foster or
Runaway
is very
train,
quick.
one main, 2 passengers. 1 driver, 3 passengers, all distorted.
Got it. Let's get to work.
Foster got the moves. But it's very nice to know that there's.
Bravo, go.
Jeez, look at how fast he's going. Illusion? Yep, illusion. Beautifully done. But at least this loose end got rid of, you know.
Copy that.
And it's a reference to the end of the line. Are they all using hags or do they actually have stands?
Got it.
That's not good.
Sweat, didn't you?
Who needs enormous exercise courses when you can just stop a goddamn train instead? You wanna try?
No thanks, mate. Not a part of my job, but I'm sure the big bloke would love to join you on that.
Call cleanup crew for this spot. Let's regroup at the checkpoint.
Roger.
Damn, that is very OP. Now it's time to clean the place. So now we got another character for the team.
Train was neutralized. And yes, we're fine. Thanks for asking, Bravo.
So now we got Foster, we got the sniper, we got Bravo, we also got the engineer and Heavy on Foster's team.
Server files are corrupted. Backable files are currently unknown.
Good job. Lots of stage 1s, some recent stage 0s, pyros, and the bulwark. Wait, those two, are they?
Affirmative. The very same.
I don't recognize this one.
The third one, so
With a bow?
Confirmed.
So they already know that these two have been doing some work, he and Guy.
Mutation results?
Body transformation. Stand user.
Role?
Full-time scrapping duty. Previously, fragging duty.
Background?
Stained. Banned on several servers.
Reasons?
Unknown.
Of course. Your thoughts?
Stand misusage. Or lack of control. Assuming lack of control.
Why?
Damn, this guy's good.
Said by the person.
And newbie, huh? Must have been a recent add to their team. So these three took care of all this?
Affirmative. It would appear so.
Color me impressed.
You reckon there'll be a problem for us?
I'll give my opinion once we get the backbone files. Ignore them for now. Bastards cut the power off to this area every time a new train arrived, but kept the backbone online so it wouldn't be
there's the
suspicious. How the hell are they learning this?
I'm guessing it's the security team. Probably stage 1s.
Or the walkers are learning. I'm getting really sick of these things.
We all are, mate.
A 2-week-old derelict. In a public train station of all places. Those comebacks took over this server for 2 weeks. And didn't slip up a single time. No mistakes, no alarms, no calls for help, nothing. Until just now.
Imagine how many servers are like that
How
too.
many people did they convert from this?
At least over
Do you really
60.
want to know? Rhetorical question. They're learning. Straight to the point where they can do this crap under our noses. Let's just hope they don't reach stage 2.
They're spreading like pests. We kill a few and a dozen are made.
All the bodies. All the people who turned. Not a single thing is wasted in all of this process. It's like a factory. But you know what's the worst of all this? This can happen anywhere. with a public train station. We need to warn the council.
Exactly
now.
my point.
All
Then how
units,
many
when
other
you're
players
done
can
with the
be
task,
overrun by
lock
now?
the server down. We need a thorough search for any kind of information that can help us against these bastards.
What's your suggestion for the council?
Reinforce security in all train stations and checkpoints. We have to slow them down.
What about the citizens?
The council can worry about that. My concern right now is to stop them from spreading. Bravo, get the black box from the backbone. Search and destroy.
Very well.
Man, this was so cool. Love this universe expansion that Blacklands does, and this one's been very rich with it. A backstory, different places being fleshed out, like the scrapping duty, the fragging duty, how the world works. And this is the little bastard that escaped the team. Oh, this is how they make the pyros. Oh, this thing. Did that spy? Did you took any inspiration on Little Nightmares 2 for that? That arm. So these three are all stand users apparently. To be continued in episode 7. Jeez, this was fucking good. Oh, we did it! Now we need to go back over to the beginning. Really, Black Mass, you overdid yourself this time. What an episode. Beautiful. And this is the character that I did not remember the name. Oh, I remember now, it was Vixen! I remembered! You're probably gonna tell me in the comments still. But guys, thanks so much for coming this far. If you guys are leaving now, just remember to give a like to the original episode, which will be linked down to the description. And then now, as promised, let's go back to the beginning. There's so much that I had to contain myself to immediately pause the video and start to dissect everything. Because if I did like that, I don't think I would have gone through half of the video yet. But let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. And if you don't mind, Black Mess, I believe that I'll increase the speed. Just so I can keep everything up too. First of all, look at this whole ambience. I don't remember if this server was an actual server that I ever played just by looking at this whole composition here. But it's very cool to see that Blackman is starting to use different maps to kind of build the backbone of the servers. Because on the previous video, no, well, a few previous videos before, on episode 3, part 1 and part 2, Blackmas mostly used the same map to showcase the backbone of the place, the whole place, the train station place. Was a very big map, so there was the possibility of doing that. But for this one, he used different maps to compose the whole labyrinth that is to be able to go on into the mission. So very nicely done.
The whole map is a wasteland.
The whole map's a wasteland. They didn't have time to defend themselves. Yeah, because if they start to take everyone one by one, it's a little bit just like how it was portrayed in John Carpenter's The Thing on the, I believe it was the third comic book, which is when the Thing actually makes it to civilization. Because there is a moment where there's been having a reunion from army members, you know, soldiers, and out of the 10 people in the room, there was only one human. So when they get enough forces, they don't need to hide, they don't need to be sneaky, they just go and take everyone when they see more fit. So this can be really, really scary. Just imagine a server like this that can be as big as this just being completely overrun. And for what I counted, considering the last episode, there were at least 50 to 60 mercenaries being taken here by my presumptions. So 2 weeks just taking people. If every day a single train arrives, which is like a presumption, and every train has at least 5 people, for 2 weeks, imagine that. They could have grown or doubled their numbers in no time. Even if it is more than 2 weeks, they can grow to the hundreds, you know? This is actually truly scary. Imagine if that train full of snipers from episode 3 part 1 actually got taken by them. Already 10 new members to the distorted. But let's continue.
Death is such a distant concept.
Life is a distant concept of our lives, isn't it? This is something that I have been heavily addressing on other videos, and I also addressed on my previous live stream, which so I could get ready for episode 6 part 2. I did a live stream where I rewatched episode 1 up to episode 6 part 1, and it's what I said. The same happened when P. Rick almost died. It must be so weird for them to think about their lives when they are immortal. They respawn if there's any problem. But being faced with a situation where you don't respawn must be so alien. So many mercenaries in this universe. Imagine, so what is your plan? What is the end result of this world? Do you just keep living until something goes terribly wrong? I mean, it can be a very, very grim universe for some people to think that you just keep going forward. If you do not know what to do with your life, there are terrible ways that you can try to just, go over it. One of them maybe being the Badlands. And I really enjoyed this, just a little bit out of context here for what I've been discussing the last 20 seconds. I am really impressed with all the world expansion that has been happening on this episode.
This is in our lives, isn't it? Killing each other for sport? No problem. We respond. Got killed breaking a law by the VAC? No problem. We respond. But in prison, got killed by something that just ignores a respawn. No one's.
They both know that they've lost people. That little glimpse of Kia's eye being covered by the head like this, and also Guy, just symbolizes that they both lost people. Soldier lost his squad, Guy lost his teammates. Both on the guy on episode 2. So they have personal reasons to understand coming from. They can relate to that. They've been there. They have gone through that situation that at one point people will not come. They have to do something about it. Save people.
No one's ready for that. No one.
Can the Chad walk from the average soldier? Just Smoke getting down to be able to look. How did Smoke did not see that foot? I think it's a foot, right? there's no way that this is just a barricade over here. This has to be a foot.
One barricade on each side. Middle is clear. Smells like an ambush.
Smell up.
I get you.
And once again, through this whole segment where smoke was about to be tossed in the air, I just thought in my mind, it's flip time. But really, the way that every single one of them uses their ability to combine the team effort into the most outstanding outcome for the encounter or the combat is just incredible. All of them became an essential part of the strategy every time that is being applied. So really, Black must keep doing that. Do not tone down how intelligent the characters are. So many series, animes, and animations, they do that just for plot reasons, but please, just let them shine in what they do. Keep them like this.
Clear.
Nice.
Good work.
Also, I really wish that you, Blackmans, you would maybe do a live stream animating this, because I would very much love to see your process. Read the maps, to the ambience, be able to do the movement. And they got this badge approved. Nice to see that even though his name was scrapped of that, so we could leave the mystery, it's very nice to see that the badge still works and that he kept it all this time. It's been very helpful so far. But it can be a little bit worrying or problematic that his badge still works, don't you think? Because he was, for all means, he was killed in action. So just for having his badge, if someone stole that, he would be able to get access to these places or locations. So my point is that he's still in the system, even though he died. So no one ever bothered to be able to erase that. I do not know how it works in your universe, Blackman, if it is just the item or you need to be registered for that. But it scares me the thought that they can just get these badges and infiltrate the server. That helps the infected so much, so many ways.
Yeah.
And as I said during the reaction, I usually don't like these little voices from the machine. I just overall think that they are very annoying. But yeah, at least most of them are polite.
Come on.
Okay, a guy just coming down the stairs like that on 2x speed. Kinda good.
There's a resource cannon if you need it.
Yes, please.
I don't remember how many arrows a sniper can carry, but yes, Smoke has just been using so many by now. So it's good that she has a resource. And Kia and Heavy, they don't need it.
5 minutes, give or take.
Okay, excuse me. What do we do now?
We wait.
I'm surprised that there was no ambush attempt on.
So, about you guys. How long have you had this sense of
Oh, here comes a topic that I really wanted to discuss at the time, but I waited.
For as long as I can remember.
Kia?
That's classified.
What's wrong with little ice spice here? You two are probably the only people that have something in common with me ever since I became this.
It's cool to see that right now Kia had a parallel with Smoke. Because a guy, he always been like this as far as he can remember. He doesn't have a problem with it. But Kia and also Smoke, they might have major issues related to acquiring over their stands. Because Kia literally had to die and lose their team to be able to get his powers, while Smoke woke up like this one. And just the way that Kia kind of stops his typing, his attention got immediately addressed to this conversation, right? He's fully paying attention to what is being said now. Because one might know just how it's like to suddenly get these powers. And the way that he got was terribly dramatic. Might have caused a lot of it in this episode.
You became what you are.
Yeah.
How so?
Once again, nice attention to detail. The flare gun having the flare inside of it. Usually they don't.
I wasn't
The game itself.
I've always been like the rest of the pyros. I've been in fragging duty, scratching duty.
And there's Cindy. I did not notice this before, but there's Cindy, and there's a scout actually collecting all the money as he runs by. Nice detail. But it's cool that Smoke found someone that can be happy with. Even though that he gone through a change, it's very cool to see that Cindy by his side. And also there was the canteen on his side. Do you guys see that? Yeah, it's pink. I think there's a crit canteen.
Contracts.
Right, damn, even the skeletons are more special. And that's cool right there. This one with the little horns, a reference to Mortal Kombat. I don't know, I feel like it is. And the skeleton holding a bow and arrow might be a simple reference to Minecraft or anything else. Or just a nice touch.
You name it. Ever since.
And one more thing.
Scratching duty.
The way that Blacklands just gives new names to the game modes that we have in TF2. Fragging Duty just being a normal casual match. Scrapping Duty being related to scrap metal and the MVM. And contracts just being contracts is just so cool. So just a way to adapt the world to the vision of a creature that sees that world as being real. And very nice. The way that they can just so casually interact and say those names, and we in our minds we just get adjusted to that really quickly. Very very good.
You name it. Ever since I don't know, like I had a fever dream. I woke up with a massive headache, some random day, I guess, and I just went up like this. My body was completely changed.
And that is something that I wanted to maybe put out there. There might be a relation, at least a theory that I'm cooking right now, that the stand that gets might interfere directly with you, how you are. For example, Eric, Kia, Guy, they all have stands that are from the same gender and the same class as they are, so no problem there. But Smoke, he got yeah, so she got Switcheroo, which was from the opposite gender. I really thought that Switcheroo was a he, just for the way he looked, but in this episode it was confirmed that Switcheroo. So this might have a relation to why Mocha got a gender bender. So this is very interesting. Because I know that nowadays there's a huge debate about the gender and also pronouns. But the way that Blackman is always so inclusive about this in his stories, the way that he actually puts characters that have gone or they indeed have a reason to have those conflicts in a more fantastical level, I think it is a really nice way to just normalize those things. It doesn't depend where you stand on this discussion. It is very interesting to see like these characters having to get adjusted by this. Being Smoke, being gender bender, being on the Slice of Life series where there are so many characters that have different personalities or intelligent creatures sharing their minds with them, like is the example of many animatronics, creatures that are literally formed by a dozen different other animatronics, each one of them being a different creature that has been alive before, and now they're all together. I think that this is, if not the best, I think is a very, very good way to put this discussion and to normalize everything that has been going on recently, past years, when it comes to this theme. And I think it doesn't show it on a crude way. I think it shows it very beautifully and respectful. Everyone that is going through these identity problems, these identity confusion sometimes, or just trying to figure out who it does. And I hope I did not in the way for me trying to translate what I'm saying. I hope you guys could understand what I meant. I think it was the way that. Good job, Blackman.
I was feeling sick. Nothing at all. It just felt normal, as if I've always been this way. And that's the first time I saw her. I never met her in my life. And again, it felt like I've always known her. From that point on, things started changing course. Ever since the transformation, she's always been with me, even in matches. Everyone started to be suspicious of me because of her. They couldn't see her, but...
Oh yeah, and one thing that I wanted to kind of make the the joke during the reaction. I don't remember if I did. I think I didn't say at the time to be kind of respectful of Smoke's history. But when Smoke said that she just woke up and it was like this, I wanted to say when your TF2 player installs some very suspicious mods. Because yeah, the vampire is a very famous add-on skin on the TF2. Oh, forgot the name of it. The TF2 community page. So yeah, a lot of people walking around with that skin, their own eyes.
Whenever I was fighting for the objective, she was there.
This is very interesting. So how can one person get hacks on this world? Like it's a different program that you install, is something that you consume to use it. Because she got banned from servers. She actually got banned, and she was deemed as a hacker for that. So another layer of mystery about the world, but one that makes very much sense to ask. And I love it how it was implemented in the story. Also considering the fact that there's people that do not control their stand. That's very cool.
Before I even raised my gun to kill people, she already killed them for me. In moments when I should have died, she stopped that from happening. I even had the advantage in objectives. I could capture control points and push the payload as if I were two people. She was there, helping me. In their eyes, I was cheating.
Again, nice attention that the two people that were killed were the ones that reported the smoke, and by all means also switch around. And there's a VAC soldier employee here, so banned.
Since they couldn't see her, I tried to explain myself, but he was useless. I started to get banned on several servers because of that. It came to a point where I just gave up trying to get altogether. I didn't know what to do. I had no control over it. All I had left was scrapping duty. They tolerate all kinds of folk.
And yeah, they tolerate all kinds of folk to some extent. And to be fair, I know that this works in Smoke's point of view. It's not that found a self, but in all honesty, she's just lucky that she's either that good or that switcheroo truly helps her. Because damn, if you were a beginner, scrapping duty or MVM with the wrong type of people would be terrible. I usually stay as much far away from that as I can because some of the most toxic part of TF2 is in MVM. And I truly despise the people that just act terrible and justify their actions of harassing people, maybe trolling games, harassing new players, and all of that. And even the ones that allow hacks to be used just because they get to end the game quicker in their favor. I hate that they claim to have moral ground in this discussion. So I usually stay as far away from MVM as possible. I truly do.
To some extent. As long as robots will I do it. I guess. Fast forward some time, like a month or two, I've learned to control switcheroo and discovered his ability.
Okay, so now I said that Smoke controls her ability, so maybe she could try to get him banned. And really, just imagine how powerful these VAC corrupted mercenaries can be. Engineer instantly got destroyed, but imagine like a stage 1 or stage 2 of these guys that are highly intelligent, they know how to use weapons, and they can very easily imagine that.
And here we are, stuck in a hell of a horrors going around, and two guys that I can finally relate to. Talk about destiny.
There's a hypothesis that stands themselves.
Hypothesis that stands themselves are stand themselves are drawn to each other. Yeah, that can summarize why there are so many stand users in. It's a little bit like in Baki, where like the strongest fighters are drawn to each other so they can fight it off and see who's the strongest. A little bit like the way that happened on the still on Baki, happened on the Death Row Inmates arc, where there were 5 inmates where they were drawn to Tokyo so they could try to taste defeat. They were never defeated in their lives. And they all ended up being attracted to the same place, an underground arena, where they could fight the strongest warriors in the Japan. Oh yeah, I really like this way to just simplify things, that this is just how it's meant to be. We attract each other because we're powerful, because we are the way. That's very cool.
Well, because they all share the same anomalous properties, as if they were all one entity, a symbiotic connection. However, this is a fact that has proven to be correct. When a mercenary obtains a stand, bodies become anonymous as a reaction. Effects can range depending on the mercenary. There are no exceptions to this rule.
And there is some then this is alluding to what was going to happen. Guy does that.
It's likely you became a dog because of your stand.
Okay, so we're like superheroes? Maybe.
Yes, I like that. If I could have a superpower, not an OP one, I just wish I could fly like super. You know, that would be so cool.
The power's back. Communications are still down. Let's move.
Thank you for sharing your stories, Mark.
Yeah. Are you still back?
It's been a while since I was checked. I've been towards the duty all the time.
Come on.
I don't know. I just feel like Smoke will be unbanned by the end of the series. And second, I think that I've seen this map right here before with this. I don't know. I just have the feeling that I've seen this map on the zombie survival the server. I have the feeling, but I don't remember. It was a map with a lot of toxic waste all over. And I don't know if there's a rock throw is a reference to Parasite, which is another anime, but there's a scene where this guy's on another building. There is a parasite alien creature walking through the corridors of his school, and he just takes a rock and launches, and the rock just goes so fast at such high speed that it goes through the glass window from the floor that the alien was at and just annihilates, exploding his head.
Yes.
No screaming.
Mr. Spot.
It was good effort.
Also, these spies, they just creep me out.
Spies? Are they worshiping silent dish?
No, they're jamming all communications. This is why no one found out about the derelict. They made sure nothing would get out of here.
Terrific. I guess we have to kill them all?
Yes.
What's the plan, Chief?
Wimmers by themselves are completely harmless. They function like living scanners.
Wimmers.
Yes.
What's the plan, Chief?
Wimmers by themselves.
Wimmers.
Are completely harmless.
And really, just look at all the poses that they are assuming. It must have been so fun to Blackness to just put them in all these funky ways to just be creepy like Weeping Angels. And the way that they do this scouting section, just showcasing everything that they can do, just using the stand so they can scout the perimeter, they can devise a plan, they can take all of them silently while a guy just protects them. Really spot on, amazingly done. Once again, Blackness, do not by any means make them dumber so you can move the plot ahead. Just keep them amazing like this. Keep them amazing.
I found a sniper hiding over one of those vials. He's aiming with for a target while the doctor's waiting for a rush. It's definitely an ambush.
Likewise over there. We need to go in there and check on the satellite status once we're done with the Wimmers.
Well.
Yep.
Clever bastard.
Find them. We can't let them destroy the satellite unless it's effort.
I got an idea, but I'm gonna need your help.
And this map right here, this one is Hydro. So this confirms my theory that the Black Man's used a lot of different maps to be able to craft this way to the backbone of the server.
I know. They have tried and failed.
Nice job, guy. And really, I did not know that my joke about Colgate would kind of make a full circle. Just seeing that beautiful smile that this corrupted sniper has. Look at this.
Fail.
They should have.
Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Remember to brush your teeth at least 4 times a day. Really, look at that beautiful smile. Just beautiful. Nice. And once again, I really was expecting a bloody hell or a crepe out of the corrupted demo man as soon as he saw that he was going to blow him.
Let's take those Wimmers down.
Do we just kill them all one?
And really, this is maybe one of the biggest turndowns for what that Kia did, and one of the biggest turndowns for what's from this episode. Just look at this! Look at this guy! He's just showing off now.
That's a party trick.
Yep.
No more static on the radio.
Excellent, excellent. First step is now on to the second.
Oh, now is the fight with the three corrupt back. I think that if we look quick enough, I don't know, I feel like we could actually see the bone move in a way that he was starting, but slowly regressing inside the body. He was returning to the body. Maybe his healing factor, maybe it was just SFM being a little bugged, but I like to think that it was just attention to.
I figured you three were trouble the moment you stepped in my server, especially you in particular.
This server's not yours. Nothing belongs to you.
I'm sure you already know what you're doing here is futile. The train will be leaving soon enough. By the time you take back one server, we control three more.
Also, the voice. Black Mass has always done an incredible voice by just creating alien-like or distorted voices. So just the way that he knows his editing skills can be very easily applied to the voices to make great results. Amazing. And it's cool to see the different loadouts that the mercenaries have when they work for VAC. The blue soldiers seem to be using just the glasses with that more oldish haircut, while the red soldier seems to be wearing this combat just like the other ones. So that's very cool. They'll like the
Even if we cannot stop you with the leg from spreading. That is our plan.
A noble effort, son. However, it is a shame to see such capable fighters and their potential squandered.
And also, I wonder that if this corrupted soldier didn't tell them about the train that was about to leave, would have Foster and the others being able to stop the train and to intercept it?
You must not even fight for a lie, but do not worry.
So yeah, in other words, don't get cocky when you are about to fight.
We will open your eyes.
Over my dead body.
That is what they all said.
Oh, now he gets creepy. Right. There we go. It's a little bit funny to watch this in ×2 speed, but it's just so we can get more things out of the way, because if not I will spend over 3 hours on this. Again, attention to detail, pulling the little thing so he can get ready to shoot.
Remember, these things are easy. I'll smart them out and overcome them.
Okay, you.
And really, just a smoke doing this little trick where she changes like the property of the sandwich with the property of the damage from the turret. Really, that was the biggest troll of the entire video on the stand users team. Nice. And switch to the property of the dispenser with the grenade. Nice. And there goes Heavy going after the NG. Damn, right to the face and still recovering. And he sees the little turret, and this is where I got scared. I was really fearing for Guy's life on this episode. Because as I said before, I usually pay attention to the community tabs on Blackma's channel. And when I saw the distorted Guy face, I started to freak out. And every time that I knew that I was about to react to this episode, I was just scared that something terrible was about to come. And I was about to really to be very, very sad at the end of the day if Guy died on this one. Nice one. And I think I agree with Red the Distorted Soldier on this one. He kind of depends a lot on American Myth. So much so that he just stands around most of the time. That was a little bit how it was in the fight with P-Rick. And that was mostly in other fights. He just stays there while American Myth tries to do all the work. Even though he tries to do his best strategy by looking at the correct places. Yeah, I think that Kia sometimes gets a little bit cocky with the situation. You're hiding secrets. I still want to see what other secrets the Key is hiding. Because he still hasn't shared his backstory with anyone, not even Guy, but he certainly had some major developments in this episode. Also, he showed a lot to us, the viewers, what he has been feeling, and with the flashbacks and also the appearances of different characters, especially in the some PTSD moments. It just really rounds up his character as being very complex in the video. Nice knife. Ow. Once again, he was expecting Kia to do the melee fight for him right there, which is not wrong. He's trying to use his standard to the best, but he forgets that with an enemy like this, he only relies on his stand. He might get hit too. But that's not such a big problem for him, since he has a tremendous healing factor and probably he cannot die. This one, easy me. Yep. And it will be as heavy as a boulder right now. This one. Nice. Just the wombo combo that Crush did, even with the elbow. Perfect. Got rid of the hand. And I do not know if Blackman's had some problems with this, but I think I remember Lazy Purple doing a video called Source Spaghetti just to show how difficult it was to correct the laser color for a sentry, because right now it is blue, the shield is blue, but the sentry and the engineer are red. I do not know if Blackman's went through the same problem or if this was intended design, but I think it is a little cool to just wonder what happened there. Nice, just give a good old slap to the back of the sentry. And right here, it's where a guy got a little bit cocky and where my heart stopped. I saw this.
Oh shit, oh shit.
Oh shit. And the big revelation of the episode. I think that this might be a bigger reference to JoJo, but I really do not know what creature it is. We see that one eye is kind of this orange color, the same color that we've seen Heavy get the spirits when he kills the infected. And also there's a little fence here, so I do not know where Black Mesa recorded this, but this is interesting. And really, this thing right here, supposing to be an eye, I think. I don't know, but the first time I saw this, I thought this was a little Death Star, just shrink it down and place it right there. And look at this beautiful hair, just emanating power like this. I do not know where this is a reference to, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of Yujiro Hama's hair when he gets really interested in a fight. The strongest man. I think that this is where just a guy gets an upgrade, and it's cool that the creature kind of goes around the characters and kind of describes them in a few simple words and the comments on top of it. Let's go back to it so we just can be 100% sure what is being said. Descendant, so this one's a descendant of maybe a line of war. Strongest man, so this is maybe Guy's strongest man. Awaken the war spirit, this is what he's been doing, so much so that at the end of the video we heard the phrase, a man that, oh, I don't remember correctly, but he said that a man that fights hard cannot ever win a choice himself. I don't remember correctly, I'll go back to this. But this describes the guy, the Awaken the war spirit, grow stronger together. Might be just a reference to Kia, who is just trying to just unite everyone and maybe leave a legacy of people that can keep on the fight if he dies. And a dying flame tells him that he's dying with time, and one day by the end of the series he will most likely not come back. Just like at the end of the video he says that I'll soon be with you. So I think he's self-aware to that. Even the spirit Kia and the way that it is shown to us, that we are to expect that the Kia will not have a happy ending or a truly happy end to this journey. He will die eventually, and he will join his comrades. And here we have believe in yourself, Smoke. With this innocence maybe being related to the fact that Smoke suffered so many injustices for what happened. The fact that Smoke did not ask for these powers. This is just who she is now. Someone that, as she said herself, it's someone that she feels like she has always been, but still she suffered for excluded, banned from servers, and she was left alone by many people. Yes, in the Avenge the Innocent, it is to mention everyone who died, they are fighting to avenge them. A noble effort. And this is to say, use it or you die. Awaken your warrior spirit or die. Perfect. Oh, here comes Crush. Run. I'm surprised that those things can actually take a full hit from a guy's most powerful attack, because they have a shield, so the shield can withstand one attack like that. American men, get out here! Really, the way that guy just disposed of the soldier, amazingly done, and he gets the soul. I think that what he's getting is the soul of the innocent. It's just a way, or a weird way that he's getting more powerful. He's getting or retrieving the souls of creatures that were corrupted, or at least the strongest ones, the strongest warriors.
That's some bullshit. Some bullshit.
Hey, you need to get it through your head. Get it through your head.
Also, the way that Kia just eases the blood out of him, disgusting. And secondly, I think I'm straight from Baki. There was at least one moment in Baki where someone did that, and I think it was Baki himself. And that is just a way that Soldier does it. It's being done on episode 5 against the fight with Pirik, and here again. And just the way that Kia kind of goes over at the guy, saying, "Oh, you should be more careful," and he just does this very serious. He does that in this very serious tone to say that he was kind of stupid. He needs to take this serious. I think it has a little bit of truth, but this is the key way to show that he was scared that he lost him, that he doesn't want to lose him, that he needs to be careful because they're together in this. And the point about him being a little bit right is just the way that Kia is most likely joking a lot of the times. He's just having fun. Just like when he was going against the engineer, he had a laugh about it and he just charged at him because he thought he had him. But yeah, guy needs to be a little bit more careful, and I think that after this episode, he will get more serious about it. He will not waste or give any more chances to the...
It's over. You will be nothing but a puppet. We are all one mistake away from dying. Those damn aliens will do their best to make you do a mistake. They are built for war. For war. This is not a playground. This is a fight for survival. You need to wake up and realize the situation you're in. If we are to work, you need to understand the stakes.
That's enough.
Get that through your thick-headed skull. This miracle is a premonition.
Also, this is just alluding to Kia's fact that he lost a lot of people in the blink of a second because they were facing someone that they underestimated. Oh, they underestimated, my bad. And this is just him having a little bit of his showcase of his PTSD and how that can difficult his connection to it. Henceforth, why he was so alone for such a long time. he carried this burden until Guy kind of showed up and ticked along. And it's a cool development for him, because by the end of the episode, he accepted and invited Smoke to join.
He made a mistake. So what? So we all make mistakes. At the end of it, he kicked their sorry asses to the dirt. Just move on. You can't turn back the clock.
I want to make sure you learn.
And this way, just move on. You can't turn back the clock. Once again, amazing. An amazing way to reference the fact that he needs to get over what happened. He needs to move forward. He cannot the past. He cannot just base everything that is happening on the past, like what happened to his team. And I truly wonder if we're gonna get a demo man to the team, because Kia, he was alongside a heavy, a scout, and a demo man. No, and an engineer, I think, when his team died. So Heavy was kind of portrayed like Guy on episode 4. For Smoke, when they kind of shook hands, he saw Scout reflected on Smoke. So I wonder who's gonna be the engineer, if it's gonna be Fix or Jumpsuit or another member to the team.
Learn from his mistakes. Because if this happens again, put a bullet in his head. These things cannot get hold of stand users. Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, just like Blackman himself said, Blackman said you do not want to know what happens when a send user gets taken.
Hey, you okay, big guy? I don't know what you did, but it must have taken a toll on you.
It spoke to me.
This video just surpassed the 2-hour mark for me.
I fear. No man. But when the team. Said my name.
It's cool to see that every time that says man, it has 2 ends, maybe referring to the TF2 universe. You know, just the way that they are not scenario. They're men with a very cool homage to.
I was afraid. It sounded unnatural. As if it was mocking me. I feared for my life.
And now a little bit of casual conversation with a lot of development for the world. We got Molly, we got the sniper in the demo, and we got the working stations that they have, the mini dispensers. Molly comes to retrieve and to dispose of all this trash. And they're still using the mini dispensers, and they're cleaning everything. Cool. And also the way that they clean things is not shown on this episode, but is a reference to that cleaning game where you just keeps whacking the dirt with your broom and it gets clean. I never remember the name of it. You know. And also just imagine the size of the carnage that happened on this map, so they would need all 4 of the janitors to clean.
New people fought each other and made such a mess.
Yeah, they do.
It's quite shocking.
And it kind of just shows that Fixer, he stays away from the games. No, he just keeps doing his job. He's a guy that gets involved in prepping duty, fragging duty, etc.
It's a good thing it's not Halloween.
And yeah, he says it's a good thing it's not Halloween yet. You know, I am very much considering to do some live streams during Halloween so we can try to get all the contracts. Because last year we got a lot of bots in the way. We could not finish the contracts. But this year, I think this is our day. We're finally going to get either a Pooties bird head or we're going to get the unicorn hat. Maybe even unbox an actual crate. I wonder if we're going to get another unusual fire. Hope is the last one to die, right?
The whole map's painted in the red, from all the skeletons, headless horsemen, demons and freaks.
I thought those were all just on TV. Nonsense, mate. I mean, in a normal place, in a normal universe. Sure.
Normal place, not universe.
But it's all real here. You know anything about this? Wow. I guess having a normal life just makes you miss out on the wacky stuff.
Not if you go looking for it, lad.
True.
You could try it out.
You mean fragging duty? Nah, man, that ain't my style.
Yeah, just show that we're just so used to mercenaries, but there are actually so many individuals in this world that actually never saw the different servers they never wanted. They were okay with a different life, just a normal life. It's a very cool concept to have. Especially people that I do not know how it is on the main servers that they live, like the city servers. But I don't think that respawn stays active every single time there. Or if it does, I wonder how that actually leaves locations on. And what about bots? I don't think they respawn, do they? At least not the majority of them. So bots, they have a finite life too. Not the interesting point.
Maybe it's your style. You're quite the enigma. You look the type. Alright, the type.
Touch, come on.
Yeah. Saying to not judge. Because jumpsuit can be quite a mysterious one, and they mentioned that on their first appearance when they saw the scouts, you know? So, interesting, because jumpsuit will get all these judgments. His past appear to be stained for some things that he did. So I would not be surprised if jumpsuit was actually from the Badlands or something related to that, or even maybe involved on the resort incident.
Let's shut our mouths with some time.
And now it's time to dine. A cool thing that I don't think that they usually stay from the early in the morning to the afternoon doing their work, at least jumpsuit and Mixer, because if this is the first time that they actually go through maybe a whole day of work, I think that this might be just their second day at the work. Because last time we saw that they worked on the match that Kia and Guy met P-Rick, and right after that, Kia and Guy they took the train, which left them at the corrupted server. So this might be in the day after. So very interesting.
Have you? Not just yet. Watch this, mate. What? Give it a second.
Attention employees. The lunch hour begins. Please ensure an orderly environment before leaving the designated location. Today's lunch item is sandwich.
The way that them just go. Amazing. You know, at my college, we also have this kind of behavior depending on what's going to be for lunch in the cafeteria. So, yeah, I think that the most usual thing that I had when I used to eat more there, it was just, I do not know how to say in Portuguese, but in English, but in Portuguese, it was carne moída. But yeah, some things, they were very special there. There were like special dishes like hamburger meatballs, which were amazing. There was sometimes chicken, and sometimes there was fish. There was once, the only time that I actually tried to eat that, I tried to get the whole fish on the dish mixed up with the beans, the rice, and everything else that was on the plate. I took it, I ate it, and on the first munch, it wasn't so bad. But as soon as I gave the second and the third munch, every single flavor beyond the fish, you just feel that cold, horrible thing. Needless to say that I did not finish my plate that day.
You can freaking talk, Molly. Only when doing announcements.
Yeah, and it's a cool thing that Molly can speak, which is the same voice, I believe, for the suit from Half-Life.
It's all the odd event. Much like jumpsuit. She doesn't talk much.
And let's give a moment to appreciate how spot on Jumpsuit's voice is on this episode. I know that Blackman's had to change AI voices, but Jumpsuit is still amazingly accurate. Oh, I will keep saying this, Blackman. Stupid.
Fair enough. But is she sentient though? Beats me, mate.
Sentient? And they do not know if she's sentient.
Whoa.
And also another cool point, because there are bots that are not sentient and there are other bots that are, because they know Bonk bot, which is sentient, and they also know the barman bot Heavy, which is also sentient.
It's nice, ain't it? Don't have to worry about walking all the way to the door, the locker room, back to the servers to find somewhere to eat.
Also, this is very nice, you know, and it's especially cool that they don't mind it. But this is such a clever way from the company that they're in to just keep the people that work for them at the workplace at all time. You know, they will not lose any time in the logistics from them to leave, get food, and come back. They do not need to build a place so they could eat, or a cafeteria so they can eat. They just work there. As soon as the lunchtime comes, it's spawned right there, a table or two, and the food. So that is very intelligent, and extremely capitalistic. So as long as they like, I don't see a problem with that. But I could see a lot of people that I've known in real life, and a lot of companies exploit that to the worst. So still a good addition, Blackman's. The very realistic one.
Yeah. I'll say it again.
Also, cool to see that they're both still wearing their work suits. Even though they have new outfits, they have new things. Remember that they went to the Je ne sais quoi and got new outfits? I'm wondering if we're gonna see them after they leave.
I really wish I could buy one of these for us. Who wouldn't?
Why do you have to be bloody savages again?
What, is this all you eat here?
No, there's different menus each day. Huh? I bloody love burgers. Those burgers are something else.
I wish I can have... Fingers crossed.
Could be better though.
And the way the jumpsuit just no. Just eats everything in a second, so he doesn't.
So mates, what are your stories? What got two blokes like yourselves in a place like this?
And as soon as he mentioned this, I was so excited to see if fixed jumpsuit would actually mention.
Well, it wasn't necessarily out. But the job's great though. We both like it. Right, but.
Also, cool attention to the drinks that they're having. I think they're sodas. Look, even it has like the ripped tag price under it. That's such an accurate model. There's so many models that have that, especially ones that are refilled. Because I think that's the same in the US, but here in Brazil we have like the deliveries from sodas at a few bars and others where they deliver new sodas that are full and closed, and they retrieve the ones that are made from glass that are empty, so they can take back to the factory. You know? So that's a very, very cool attention to detail. Whoever made this add-in, and I don't know, but isn't it a little bit weird the way that Scout's finger come all the way here? I don't know, it just seems a little too long.
We both like it, right, bud? What about you guys?
Very cool that they like the new word.
I got two claims. This one's more of a side job. My main one is fishing, but it's not exactly well seen in the law.
You do illegal fishing?
Yes.
I'm impressed that Sniper just casually says that he does illegal fishing. And even more, he needs to be Australian to be able to have the bravery and knowledge to fish in Australia. I don't think I would never go into any Australian beach. God damn, I would never go into any Australian beach. What the fuck, man? I would never go into any Australian shore or water. That's what I meant to say. Because I kind of fear Australian water. Really. There's so many things in Australia that scare me. So many animals and creatures, plants and everything. But at least they don't have...
That is where the best is.
Okay.
What about you, Turch?
I have to get another job before I lose the other job. This job's enough for me.
Figuratively speaking, right?
And once again, this whole interaction that this demoman just say, I think it was Turge, what he says about the Badlands and about people trying to build a resort there, and just at one moment where after he left the job, the whole place was destroyed and everyone disappeared. It just gives such an amazing, interesting, and kind of mysterious way to get people to get interested into your world. Just the illusion. I don't think we're gonna see this anytime soon. Next episode, maybe in 1 or 2 episodes. But just the way that Badlands does this way to mention places and things, and after a few episodes, it finally pays off, and you're like, oh, he said this before, I remember this. This is so cool.
Filled with the worst kind of killers, psychopaths, bandits, just complete insane lunatics. It's hell. No, one of them. But you know.
And also one of them, maybe the comics saying that hell is real.
The money was great, so we built the place. Some weeks go by. I know my gut was right. Something wasn't right. It felt like we were being watched. Even though the place was wired up with security. I just ditched the thing. I just did job on the spot because I knew I'd be fired with something. I had no shame in saying this. No way I could curse myself. Days later, I see through the news that the resort was blown to smithereens. Reports suspected to be guys. I knew what it was for sure. Bandits bloody sabotaged the resort. Well known that the bandits hate. They're completely insane. And they show it as hell.
Yeah, they do not like anyone showing up in their... That is so real in so many places in the world, where if they try to bring any development to a region that is controlled by militias or something like that, the place will either be trashed up, people will get killed, or they will have to pay action. So I think we know what happened.
Dumb. The resort was screwed. Since the very beginning.
Your colleagues, did they
No bodies were found. I'm sure they make use of them before blowing up the house. I buried the hatchet quickly. It wasn't my problem. I just did my job. What about you two? Where did he work before here?
And I was very surprised that they actually said where they
worked on Railway United.
And they know exactly.
Railway United?
Are you bloody serious?
It all happened so suddenly. We were at the break room. I got myself a drink and sat near jumpsuit. Some time passes and he goes somewhere else. I was still there. I was doing some work on.
And the way that it just casually he shows up, just shows the, I think that's a Hot Rod or something like that, the dead engineer. He just shows up out of nowhere and it just casually kind of joins the conversation. Just shows how much Fixer is dealing with right now. Just the way that maybe he's right now adjusted to seeing these horrible visions and he cannot distinguish them sometimes from reality to what is happening in his head.
Sometimes passes and he goes somewhere else. I was still there. I was
Slept in. Really, his guilt just killing him inside. It was so bad for Fixer. And the showcase of the PTSD they has, amazing, beautifully. Just not showing the engineer's face like I cannot even describe correctly what everything that Blackmans is portraying right now. Sorry, but it's just amazingly done. The PTSD, the way that we went from a very horrific response on I think it was episode 5, from his nightmares and from his hallucinations, to now just being casual about it on the day, even responding to him while everyone else is seeing. This is some terrible, amazing development of PTSD, or at least the portrayal of it.
No, I was doing some work on the terminals.
And you see that the subtitles were kind of corrupted too.
Just happened.
Nice.
Just happened.
And they also noticed that he kind of spoke to himself for a moment, or with someone that wasn't there.
The power went out, the alarms go off, and we had to evacuate. I was alone at the time. So I ran away to head to evac. And that's when I saw the bodies. I had to fight through them. Later on, I rejoined with Jumpsuit, and we fought through more.
You fought?
Freaking monsters that took over the people of the place. Monsters? They didn't mention that on the news.
They talked about an outbreak. Give the brief.
The outbreak happened because of them. They just jumped in and took over.
The monsters?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad about Pyro. He was just an actual Pyro who was alive. So bad for him.
The news about that were bloody disaster. The entire company was shut down because everyone got killed. Save for barely any survivors. I guess those guys, you two, were just...
A VAC guy who helped us and a few others were escorted back home safe.
Are any of them your shift colleagues? I'm sorry, mate. Should have kept it to myself.
Yeah. I mean, in a situation like this, I can understand, like, just having the reflex to ask. But yeah, he noticed right away that terrible question.
There's nothing you could have done, Fixer. You're not a superhero. You can't be everywhere to help everyone. You did what you could.
That would work for someone else's case.
That would work for someone else.
You did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, once again, just the way that engineer casually sits at the table, his flesh being on a pale color, blood all rolls, and is being absolutely consumed.
You have to move on, mate. You oversleeping idiot. Come on.
And now he just takes it. He doesn't even react to it anymore because in his mind, right, it's all his...
Let's put our mind off of this. We still have some time left. Let's do a straw.
Yeah, let's do it.
And he just pretends that he's okay. Yeah, it was so bad for him.
Now that I know we won't be bothered, I can tell you the plan.
We're going to the server communication center so I can send a distress signal to the VAC and make sure our tracks are erased.
They'll recover the server and wipe out stragglers. Understood? To the VAC and make sure our tracks are erased.
Our tracks are erased, so they do not want to be followed.
They'll recover the server.
Well, they didn't. They either didn't do a great job on that, or the VAC security team is just that good. Which I think is mostly the second, considering we saw a little bit of their logistics and the way that Foster and the others do.
Server and wipe out stragglers. Understood? All right, break's over. Let's get back to work.
Are you seriously eating that with this engineer?
Enter immune system for me.
Well, I just thought of it. Heavies basically, they have infinite food for themselves, right? They just spawn it, eat from other.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Sheesh.
It's for real estate.
Well, it's your father's funeral.
Oh. Wait, I just caught that joke. It's your father's funeral?
Well,
I don't think I remember seeing this joke, but nice one, Smoke.
It's your father's funeral.
Smoke, Why do you use sniper weapon? Why do you use sniper? You mentioned it was. You want it to be. What do you mean with that? What do you mean with that?
It's complicated. I don't like Pyro's whole shtick. Pyro's just not my style. It's just not my style. I see a lot of brainless Pyros just running around with their...
And once again, just complaining about WM1 Pyros. You know, I am a WM1 vlog Pyro. That's just how I am, Blackmans. I hope that you can still love me if I am like that.
I am not fan of it. I am more of a brawler. I am always prefer it over bullets.
Is that why you don't carry the belt around you? You
know why? Yes. You know why?
Yes. You call heavy guy without weapons.
Indeed.
We need to move. We need to move.
And here we go.
Please don't tell me this. Please. Oh shit. Oh, I completely forgot about. I forgot. I'm very sorry. Just let me take this, please. Sorry. Hello?
Smoke, where are you? Where are you?
There's been a problem.
What happened?
Also, just it's such a casual surprise that Smoke has a girlfriend. I don't know, the moment that the ring came by, and the moment that we saw Smoke's reaction, I kind of had a gut feeling that this was going to be her girlfriend.
Smoke, I know you're pissed. I know you're gonna feel the heat coming out of the phone, you know? I'm sure you have a good reason to be upset. Let's slow down a little, okay?
Also, I wonder. Oh, also there's a lighter on the hat. Also, Blackman, who's the one dubbing this? Is this AI or is this a real person? I think he's a real person, right?
You've been through worse.
Also, I love the design of Smoke.
There's some kind of power malfunction. It's like in a checkpoint that I can fix it.
That's bad.
Yes, it is.
So, guess you're not gonna make it here today then?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Crap.
Cindy, you're saying that as if you've never carried a magic before? That's a normal Tuesday.
You should have slept in my place.
I promise.
Next time.
Go in a second. I believe in you.
I'll do my best.
I love you.
I love you too.
That's so wholesome.
You ready to fight, man? Alright, let's get this party started.
Let's kick some shiny metal ass. I'm ready.
Also, the Let's Kick Some Shine Metal Ass, a great reference. I think that this was not a TF2 phrase, this is a Blackman script, so very nice.
Let's see some sparks flying.
Also, 3, 4. Wait, they already had 6, so this is a times 10 server, like of people. Look, there's Cindy, engineer. There's a scout, heavy, medic, and also sniper. So they were either waiting for Smoke or they just got a new player to join them. And guys, just that face. You have someone you like. Yeah, there we go. He knows it.
I was to go on a tour of duty with her today. I met her a long time ago before I changed all this.
You two are still happy, right?
Oh, yeah. She actually switched sides faster than
Actually switched sides faster than... Nah, it's cool to see that they still like each other. And really, that joke about the auto balance, perfect comedy for...
Let's just get the hell out of the channel, please.
And there's still the heavy who tried to... And really, I think the current heavy took 3 faces to the head and still managed to survive long enough to be able to incite the creature to come. Call the heavy whatever you want, but that heavy is committed. And there it is, one of the back corrupted. Also, I think that this video had a perfect balance between conversation, world development, and combat. Because it can be, for a few people, a little bit strange that left and right we got dialogue, combat, dialogue, combat, dialogue, combat, when most people are just okay with just seeing the dialogue, combat, dialogue, finished. But I think this is cool to see and to showcase how dangerous the place that they are actually is. Just showing that they can be attacked at any moment, they are in danger at every single time, they need to stay sharp about. And just the way that guy just dodges this by the nick of time due to this demon creature having his back, it's really cool to see. He kinda just puts a hand on his shoulder and brings him to the side. And that thing just messed with your head. Wait, what was that? Okay, I thought there was something here, but no, it's this one. Nice. This is your weakness. Stuns. And once again, the fist and the hand like this, maybe another illusion to Baki's fighting style. Nice. Denied. And now he doesn't even flinch. So
That was a bruiser. That a hulking adrenaline-fueled massive destruction. You already know the rest. You already know the rest. If we don't burn the body, it will come back from the dead. It will come back from the dead. You can do the honors. You can do the honors.
Okay.
Once again, just the way that casually switches, takes the flame, gives the arrow. You know, special abilities like this that are so cool to see introduced. After some time, they just become so casual because they're used every time in the most logical ways. Once again, amazing work. Just showcasing something that is to be very powerful the first time we see, and after some time, we can easily recognize that. It's not a strange topic, and unlike a lot of animes, Black Mesa, he does not underestimate or capacity to keep up with the series. Some of the best series that I've ever watched, they do not underestimate or sugarcoat their audience. They don't try to explain everything again and again and again. They explain it once and then they keep showcasing this thing silently or just, as I said before, in the most logical way possible to be applied in a needed situation. So amazing.
It was a great opponent. It was a great. I feel stronger. I feel stronger and soul.
Stronger. Body and soul. So I think, yeah, so I really think that he's taking the creature's souls. Or at least the fighting spirit that they have. And guy's just happy that Kia and Smoke are tagging along. He's happy to have a team. And coming back to the Colgate joke, just seeing this guy like this. Once again, this is the 1 in 10 snipers that do not recommend Colgate. Really. Look at that. Remember to brush your teeth, kids.
Notice how there's barely anyone left. Notice how there's barely anyone left.
It's strange to see this campaign.
Their numbers are dwindling. Even so, eyes and ears open. Eyes and ears open.
Nice, and we can see for a split second something that I did not notice before. Takes the healing, shields it with the hand, and as soon as it does that and impacts on the hand, the properties are changed. And I really thought that Black Mesa might have actually done this time. Just by showcasing Cindy, just by doing this little scene in the music, I really thought that this was going to be something that would happen. And he was about to go berserk and... oh no, everything's okay. We're good. That's one scene.
We can get you back to the resupply camp.
I managed to switch the arrow's damage with healing. Can you use this now?
Smoke, you need to be more careful.
What did I just say? What did I just say about being cautious?
Get off my back. Get off. Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
At least Smoke is a little bit more up to the challenge to argue with Kia. Smoke was not about to have a whole conversation about how she messed up. No. It's just like, I know, let's just move forward. Okay? Also, it must be so strange to imagine, like, you take an arrow to the head and you just rip it off. And there's no damage there because it was a healing item. So weird.
Status. Nothing. Excellent. Nothing. We've exhausted their numbers.
Also, a cool thing that was actually projected by the need to use a new AI for the voices is to see which scenes were prioritized when being made, since they were done before when 15AI was up, considering the ones that are post 15AI is down. Like the conversation between Fixer, Jumpsuit, and the janitors, and a few of the scenes of the main trio of this episode. So it's really cool. Really cool to just imagine the process that Black Mesa just creates all of this. He just goes ahead, puts the effort on making a scene and then creates a new scene based on, oh, this would add such a cool thing for the series, or oh, this would be perfect right here, not after, or vice versa. Remember that on his first Q&A I sent a question about the way that he makes the videos and such. I need to actually rewatch that anytime soon, so I got a better grip on his created method. I forgot most of it by now, but I really should. That was a really cool thing of him to show me the whole process on the video.
Distress signal.
And mass accent.
Lady and gentlemen.
Also, just also nice that the lady and gentlemen. Also, nice touch from Kia to just have a pen drive with a distress signal ready, just in case he needs to rescue a server. Happened once, happened twice, so he's ready.
We can finally leave.
Yeah.
Woo!
We have to clear the checkpoint.
I never deny a high five or a fist bump. Every time that I see one on the series, I'm gonna do it too. The train was sent. And they're just blasting anyone and every single thing that.
The backbone's secure now. The backbone's secure now.
Also, great attention to detail. You guys noticed that the panel that it's right here on my shoulder is still blasted, has a hole in it, just like on the previous episode. That is attention to detail. Nicely done.
Secure now. The backbone's secure now.
Good.
And there's a scout that died.
The passengers are gone.
And I think that this is just a good wake-up call to Smoke, because so far Smoke was just thrown into the situation, but she was way more casual than a lot more people would be. And just seeing someone that was alive alongside her in the same situation as her just being killed, I think is a very nice way to open the realization of Smoke that she could have died. She could have actually died. All the situations so far, there's no respawn. You die for good. And everyone that she knows can be in danger. Cindy can be in danger. This was a great wake-up call and a great point for Smoke to be certain that she needs to do something. She just can't ignore it.
Are you sure to go forever?
Once they're distorted, it's over for them. There's no cure, no tricks, no cure, no respawning, no design flaws. No design flaws.
There has to be a way. It can't just be like that.
Smoke.
Be like that.
I wish. I was lying to you. I was lying to you.
Also great is
it's normal to be
taken.
It's normal. It's just like you said. Death is just a concept in our lives. Until it hits you. Until it hits you. You don't want this to happen to your loved ones, right? You want to live a happy life with Cinder. Want to protect her.
I think that in a ways, Kia, he knows what to say to motivate someone to keep moving forward, to wake up, to snap out of it when they are faced with difficult situations. But I wonder if this was also Kia trying to push Smoke to join them for a greater cause.
This is how Heavy Guy and I protect all of you. Us stand users have an advantage. We can meet us in the hole and turn the tide in our favor. I have a plan to stop this, but I need capable people like you. However, the choice is in your hands.
That phrase, that's my land off top.
We won't stop you.
He's doing all of that so he can make Smoke grow out of the situation, be ready, and even to join them. I think that was amazingly done.
I understand the stakes now.
Oh yeah, and you see this, there was the mix between the new AI voice and the old ones, seeing that there was dialogue that was added or that the dialogue was shorter on the previous version.
You're learning the consequences of our endeavors. There will always be casualties. There will always be the art of war. In the art of war.
And also the Art of War, a reference to a book that Soldier mentions on the actual game, so very nice touch.
Require sacrifice.
I will make sure they were not in vain.
What you said?
I will make sure they were not in vain.
Yeah. Also a little tear over there. Just to showcase that they are fighting everyone else. Once they loved and threatened by this. They cannot just stand aside. Viral. Zero. They go right through kneecaps, chucklehead.
Not on my will. Those spirals are very strong.
I wonder what was the worst thing that guys spy stand user from episode 2? Or was the heavy from episode 4?
That thing is seriously fucked up. That thing is seriously. I think I'm gonna forget the face anytime soon.
It is a big one. If you're worst things for sure.
Is that supposed to help?
Yes.
How come?
Is that supposed to help? Yes. And yeah, nice touch that seeing this kunai. This was probably Bravo, the spy. He was just there watching everything. And kinda of an interesting point that Bravo was just watching all of this. This opens a lot of questions. If it was just in the recon there, as soon as they received the distress call, he was maybe the first one to arrive there. But this opens a lot of questions.
Better late than ever. Goldilocks. Man, that felt good.
Also, Bodylocks, a reference to Goldilocks back then in Geneva. Nice. One, two, three snipers, 2 soldiers, 2. Also, I wonder how Blackman just decides to make characters. I do not know if he gets some recommendation from patrons, if he just do it out of sheer luck, if he tries to imagine which are the classes that are most played in the map. I don't know, but it's cool just to see the mix. There's always so many different mercenaries everywhere, especially with the infected, but these infected that have actual usage of guns. It's cool to see that there are a lot of a few classes.
It's been a pleasure to fight alongside you.
Likewise. We will make it. We believe in yourself.
A very cliche phrase, but a phrase that I use all the time. It's been an honor.
Nicely put, big man.
Nicely put, big man. You're absolutely right about that. Times have changed.
Just look at this. Wow, they're so horrible. There's engineer, there's snipers. It's again 2 soldiers. Just that horrible engine on the right. Ugh. And here's the big thing. I wonder how long it took for them to send a distress call so they could get another rocket.
Lower. Extremely resistant to damage, slow movement, and a very strong loading factor. Weak against fire like all the rest.
Also, another thing that I just noticed. Here, knowing all these designations to the names, it just shows that at least for some time he was with the special forces of the VAC. They know about the virus, so he was fighting alongside them for some time until he just went his own way, right? I think that's very plausible.
I'm gonna need you to trust me on this one, big guy. If you cannot let the thing that rush, if you have to risk it, give it a try. You have to risk. I don't know how long future we can keep out, but we only have one shot at this. Do you trust this? Do you trust me?
Nah, I trust you. Nah.
This whole fight, just the mass that is this gigantic creature, just a mix of heavies and also head crabs to create this model. Very, very cool. And the way that the fight, this fight that guys have impacts the whole fight. Just like when the creature hits the wall and kind of shakes the building so they cannot shoot right. It's just so cool. And also, I did notice that Kia took a shot. I just already mentioned this on the reaction. The thrill. Wait. Thrill of a good fight. Such words are embedded into his mind for as long as he can remember. That referring to Guy. For that is what he loved most in life. And upgrades. Basically, brass knuckles that can reflect bullets. Amazing perk. I really love the upgrade that guy just took. Wait, did this knife kind of pick the engineer, toss him back to the cover? Got hit. And yeah, this knife basically pulled him. So this is a very cool thing. So basically the more advanced corrupted, the distorted, they know the risk and how they need to work together. So him just saving the engineer so they can have a better chance to stand this fight. Very cool detail. And also the models used are very cool for the weapons. This one's the last go through. This Roman life. He's just so excited he can basically contain himself. And right now we have Bakis, and I would recognize that anywhere, Black Mess. Do we? That's not enough. Great.
Was it bad enough to make it blind?
These things don't work that way. Hell if I know. At least it can't spit at us.
It's all over.
Damn thing is regenerating again. Damn thing is regenerating again.
Close to it and raise your head. I'm sorry if the fence gets hurt. I'm sorry if the fence gets hurt. Keep going.
Eye sharp. They're back. Eye sharp. They're back.
Nice. I think what Smoke did right now was a waist shot when you pull the arrow like from this, but I never seen this actually being done. Just like it was, like release it. Beautiful shot. Okay, so he kind of gets the power of the 5 sniper shots on the fist. Grenade has been sent. We had seen Kia release the grenade and then teleport there. Destroys him with a single punch. That was used in combination with the bullets. And now gets the lighter. It's a very cool thing that it just takes the flame. It doesn't like incapacitate the whole lighter. So it's basically a walking combo in his pocket. Gets the shot ready, hits the hand, and now he has firepower.
It's not going to last a full minute. It's not going to do it. Do it quick.
Beautiful. Another one. Come on, one last punch. Come on. One on my first week on in this world, someone close to me said something I would never forget. And a good question. Who this was?
You can learn. You can learn.
And I think this is actually Heavy's voice, because sometimes I may have confused it with the demon, but I think this is Heavy's voice now.
You can train.
You can learn. You can train. You can make it. Effort until.
Know this.
However,
someone who
works hard
can never beat someone who enjoys himself.
Either way, I think that's a very debatable phrase, but just considering Heavy's character, this is such a way to like showcase his whole personality.
This is what I live for.
Nice to enjoy himself on the tool of fighting, and the way that the whole soul was absorbed. I think it was a reference to Skyrim, to the first dragon kill from the Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
I feel like we're filming. Yes, I am no longer feeling the tension. We are safe now. We are safe now. Well, what do we do? What if the train is pissed off? There's a teleporter, travel points. We're stuck here now.
I took these from the outpost. We can leave this place by car. We can leave this. However, it'll take a while to reach somewhere that we can drop you by.
About that, I thought about what you told me. You see, I was a...
Guy already knows what Smoke's gonna say.
It wasn't quite unfulfilling after a while. After the battle, all I could do was scrap injury, which is really fine injury, but it got stale after a while. I'll always be grateful that I met the love of my life. Some interesting friends of hers.
Yeah, that I think is Smoke and Blackman's mentioning toxic people.
But I digress. When I saw you two had the same thing as I do, it felt like a calling, like something was just telling me, this is it, this is what you wanted. I felt so, I'm sure you felt this way too before you met each other, right? I also bet that you two know a lot more about stands. I want to know about Switch. I want to learn more along the way. Grow and improve myself. You still have not told us what you wanted last time. Right. Oh, got way off track here.
Also, a very nice detail of personal to just, okay, got way off track here just like this. I think that, especially for Vixen and maybe Smoke, I think that Blackman puts a lot of personality that he himself has, or people around him have characters, which is a very cool thing.
Can I join you? Ever since this whole mess began,
yes.
I felt like I was finally seeing who I truly am. After all this time, it's like a wave of feelings just washed over me. I started to be myself. It's just what you said, Evan. What matters is that you believe. And Smoke, I think I just did. I think for the first time. So, that being said, I would love to join you. Both of us. We want to make amends to all the unfortunate victims of Switch's wrath by helping you. All of my life's troubles aside, is a world worth fighting for. Whatever these things are, whatever the hell, get the hell out of our planet. We want to protect everyone. We want to protect Cinder.
Well, you did already prove yourself to be a formidable ally. Put mistakes aside, your performance was great. You'll fit right in.
I guess we don't interview then.
Was it on? No one calling the shots yet.
Yeah, it's a team effort, kid.
Goddamn right.
We are proud to have you on our team.
We're honored to be aboard.
Yep.
Welcome aboard.
And here we go to one of the most emotional moments in this episode. Not the most emotional, but just showing that it says "Welcome aboard, kid," while she spoke hand, and he's actually seeing the scout, most likely the last merc to join his squad. And the way that the same that he welcomes Smoke, he kind of lets go of Scout. Maybe it showcases a way that he's letting go of his guilt, for not have been the leader that was capable of like this. A very, very cool thing. Just a great showcasing of the mindset that he is going through, change, the acceptance, belief, and duty that he has ahead. He's ready to go all the way.
You got this, Houston. You got this. We're rooting for you.
I'll see you soon. Ace.
So a drop. Once again, he says, "I'll see you soon, Ace." It just makes me think that Kia will not live through this entire series. He will have an ending, die eventually. But I just hope that a worthy.
Kia, let's go.
Yeah.
He remembers, I think, the first time that he escaped I don't remember if we actually saw that flashback. Maybe, I think, possibly quite yes on the first episode.
No resting yet.
But
Are you sure you want to be?
This thing right here, it's a magnet. I did not notice at first. I realized what it was later in the reaction. But right now, just such a cool way. Again, just so casually showing that they use their abilities all the time.
Let's get the hell out of this place.
And stick to it. But wouldn't that just be for a few seconds or less than a minute?
What? Nothing. Let's go.
And there's Bravo, who was watching the. Also, just the way that Fixer is so quick is the way that he just ran and casually got there really remind me of the Gmod speed that we have when we're running, and especially when running and jumping. You guys know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Black. And him having teleportation powers like that is really OP. The whole team that Foster has is OP, which we can easily identify them by the medals, the golden medal. No, wait, train, 1 main, 2 passengers? I think there were 3 passengers actually. What? Okay. Wait, what? Runaway train, 1 main, 2 passengers. Okay, like the main train and 2 passenger trains, wagons. 1 driver, 2 passengers, okay. I don't know, I really feel like the level of power that they have compared to the other mercs, it's like the power level of a Spartan to the normal soldier in the Halo universe. It's so cool to see like this distinction. Great shots. Also the weapon that the medic had, beautiful. And the way that he just cleanly cuts the throat, I don't know, I feel like it's a reference to somewhere, but I cannot remember right. And stop.
Copy that.
Wouldn't it be better to just let the train kind of cool off a little bit? Go off.
Got it. Who needs Norman's exercise courses when you can just stop a goddamn train instead?
Who needs Norman's exercise course when you can make an entire SFM series by yourself, right, Black Mist?
You wanna try? Call clean and crew for the spot.
There's the entire team. Just making sure everything's safe.
Drone is neutralized. And yes, drone is neutralized. And yes, we're fine. Thanks for asking, Bravo. We're fine. Thanks for asking, Bravo.
Also, I think that this Bravo kind of reminds me of a character that was from Badlands, the Telltale game, which was basically a masked ninja in such a long time, and I did not follow the series entirely. Emperor server files from the latest comms center signal. The server files are corrupted, so they cannot track down what the other sent here. Backbone file files are currently investigating.
Good job.
Lots
of stage ones.
Lots of stage 1.
Some recent stage zeros.
Yeah, so they just got people that...
Pyros. And the bulwark. Wait, those two. Are they? I don't recognize this one.
Yeah, so they've been tracking these two down too for their work on other servers. They're already aware for what they did into the lumberyard app to defend everyone else.
Is that a pyro with a bow? Yep.
Really, just the way that they so casually showcase the entirety of what Smoke character is, just based on what it was said, the data that they retrieved, the footage, just show how professional these guys are. Once again, the characters seem as professional as they can get. Every single character has their intelligence applied to the extent of it. Oh, that's very cool.
And Media must have been recent after their team. So these three took care of this. Calling me impressed? I'll give my opinion once we get the backbone files. Ignore them for now. Bastards got the power off of this area every time a new train arrived. Keep the backbone online so it wouldn't be suspicious. How the hell are...
Once again, we got the Recur engineer, which was the one that lived alongside the Heavy, I believe. Bonkbot recharge station, and he's also repairing the entrance to the backbone of the server. So he's fixing that. So very cool. Very cool detail.
How the hell are they running this? How the hell are they running the security team? I'm probably stage 1 team. All the walkers are running. I'm getting really sick of these things.
Really, if the red corrupted trio that the stand trio fought, they were stage 1, and everything else was stage 0. Imagine the most strong of the infected. What was like the Bulwer and the special ones? They're not even level 1, 2, 3, or 4. They have their own names, so it scares me to think of the extension of what an infected American.
A 2-week-old elect. In a public train station of all places. Those comebacks took over this server for 2 weeks. And didn't slip up a single time. No mistakes, no alarms, no calls for help, nothing. Until just now. How many people did they convert from this? You really want to know? Rhetorical question. They're learning. Straight to the point that they can do this crap under our noses. Let's just hope this stage 2.
Just pretty much this. We kill a few in 2008.
All the bodies. All the people who turned. Not a single thing is wasted. In all of this.
They're spreading like pests. We kill a few, and a dozen are made. Yeah, that's true. Because if they can make up to 80 creatures like this with only one server in 2 weeks, that just shows that they're killing less than 20 in that time. That's what I'm assuming.
Is wasted in all this process. It's like a factory. So do you know what's the worst of all this? This can happen anywhere. With a public train station. We need to warn the council. Now. All units, when you're done with the task, lock the server down. We need a thorough search for any kind of information that can help us against these bastards.
What's your suggestion for the council?
Reinforce security in all train stations and checkpoints. We have to slow them down. The council can worry about that. My concern right now is to stop them from squaring. Bravo, get the black box in the back room. Search destroy.
They did not expect to get some more knowledge on the invading aliens. Look at that, they have these little portals for the creatures, they repair them, they check if they're cold, if they're fine. And the way that they produce the special infected, like the pyros, they seem to be a very, very common mercenary that they want to raid, store. The same goes for the trio over there. And wait, was the... Hey, the doctor was not there. Oh wait, actually I think he was. Here's his legs. So we got the... Oh, I forgot his name. I totally forget his name, my bad. It was something that started with a V. Venus. We got this creepy sniper Jason, and we got this guy right here, which I think is a reference to Little Nightmares 2. And he has a gas mask, the glowing eyes, and he has a cigarette that's just shoved in there. Really amazingly skin. Intelligence from one of our hosting locations. Engineering 81, engine out. Sensor output 001 forward scan. And transmission something maybe. Oh, transit to 3201 Bay 01 status. Hangar A. Okay, override. Hangar B. Override. There's just so much. And this creature that it has such a chunky body but such stretched limbs, mechanical limbs. And right now they are even more aware about the trio. And this kind of scares me because I usually get a bad feeling about villains that just find the protagonist so interesting, because this showcase that he doesn't care about wasting resources. That shows that everything that they've done so far did not sting. It did not make the bad guys lose their cool. They're just more interested in knowing what are these guys going to do? What are they up? Very interesting. These types of bad guys, it scares me. Now the bad guys are fully aware about their mission against them. So it is the sniper wearing two masks in one? Yeah, I think that. Oh no, actually, maybe that's a beer. But really, the design for sniper and the spy, amazing. Once men, referring to the maybe whole mankind of mercenaries, take their move, we shall react accordingly. Oh, it scares me what they can do now. And we reached the end of it. Really, we just almost hit 3 hours. Right now for me it's 2 hours, 56 minutes and 43 seconds. What a ride. Blackmas, I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you leave your thoughts down below to my comments. You always do that. You're always so considerate of that to answer my questions. But this time I actually did it. I watched the whole thing, came back to the beginning, redid the whole analysis just for you. Guys, thanks so much for coming. I hope that you guys can already leave a like to the original video. If you guys can, please be sure to leave a like on this video, share the video, subscribe, maybe leave a comment, join the Discord, check the membership of the channel. And really, go ahead and give a like to every single Described Universe video that Blackman has done. He does amazing work. Check out his Patreon too. And until the next time, I hope that you guys will also show up, because now I need to. Okay, bye. See ya.